Video, we'll take a look at how to solve a rational inequality. Here is our example. First thing we want to do is make sure we have 0 on the right hand side. Right now we have 2. Therefore, let's subtract 2 from both sides. That will give us a 0 on the right hand side. And now we can combine these two. Let's write 2 as a fraction over 1. And in order to combine these two, we need to have common denominator. Right now we have x plus 2 and 1. Our common denominator is going to be x plus 2. That means we need to multiply 2 by x plus 2 and also 1 by x plus 2. Just like this. When we do that, we get the following. Now that we have common denominator, we can combine the numerators over one common denominator. When we distribute this negative 2, we're going to multiply it by x and also positive 2. Negative 2 times x, that's negative 2x. And negative 2 times positive 2 is negative 4. Just like this. We can drop the parentheses here now and combine like terms. X minus 2x is negative x. And negative 2 and negative 4, that's negative 6. So we get negative x minus 6 in the numerator. X plus 2 in the denominator, less than or equal to 0. Our next step requires setting the numerator and the denominator equal to 0. Let's start with the numerator. Set the numerator equal to 0. That means negative x minus 6 equals 0. And now solve for x. Let's add 6 to both sides. Now we get negative x equals 6. We are looking for x, so let's multiply by negative 1 on both sides. We get that x is equal to negative 6. Now set the denominator equal to 0. X plus 2 equals 0. Let's subtract 2 from both sides. X equals negative 2. Now we're going to use those two values in our next step. So we're going to use x equals negative 2 and x equals negative 6. So here are the two values. We're going to use them to divide the real number line. Here it is, negative 6, negative 2. This will divide the real number line into 3 sets. Negative infinity to negative 6, negative 6 to negative 2, and negative 2 to infinity. Next, we want to test points in each set. Our f of x is equal to negative x minus 6 over x plus 2. And we want it to be less than 0. Here we have less than or equal to 0. We'll take care of the equality next, but first let's look at less than 0. We want this expression to be less than 0. So we'll pick a point in each set, plug it in here, and see whether we get a negative or positive answer. Because we want less than 0, which means if it's a negative number, the set will be part of our solution. If it's a positive number, then we will not include the set in our solution. Let's pick a number in this set here. I picked negative 7. You can pick a different number. When we pick negative 7 and plug it in, we get negative 1 over 5. If you pick a different number in this set, you will still get a negative number. Different negative number, but a negative number. And that's all we care about. We want to make sure that number is less than 0. So since this number is less than 0, this set is part of the solution. Let's pick a number in this set here. I picked -3. When we plug it in, we get +3. Since 3 is greater than 0, this set is not part of our solution. Let's test a number in this set. I picked 0. When we plug in 0, we get -3. Since -3 is less than 0, this set is part of the solution. So now let's put the sets together. This set is part of the solution, and so is this one. So we're going to put them together via union sign. But notice here we have less than or equal to 0. To check the equality, we're going to have to check -6 and -2. What happens when we plug in -6? When we plug in -6, we get 0. Excellent. We can include -6 in our solution. But what happens when we plug in -2? Notice when we plug in -2, we get -4/0. We cannot divide by 0. This is undefined. So we cannot include -2 as part of our solution. Right now, -6 and -2 are not included because we have parentheses. Parentheses means we're not including this number. So -6 and -2 is not included. But all we have to do is include -6. And to do that, we're going to use bracket. So notice we change parentheses to a bracket at -6. And this is our final answer. Don't forget to subscribe for more.